What's up, everybody? I'm back with another video game review, and today we are playing. I already played it. Now I'm reviewing it. Cars Maternational Championships. Yeah, instead of international, it's Maternational. Wow, how fun of a pun is that? Woo, yeah. Um, this is another DS game that I played on the 3DS. It came out in 2007, so a year after the original Cars movie. And as it is with any Pixar franchise, it's going to be milked to death with merchandise for money, and Cars was no exception. Really wasn't. Just even go past the games and everything. Yeah, but anyway, I originally wasn't going to play this game, but it has a story mode, so I thought, what the hell? Let's just play it then, I guess. So I did. I gave it a try for about a couple hours, and then I took some good notes. Let's get down into it. Now, right off the bat, I'm a huge Cars fan. Cars 1 is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a childhood classic for me. Probably partly because I'm a big NASCAR fan, but also because I really like the movie. So I had a little bit of high hopes coming into this game. I played a lot as a kid, so there's a little bit of nostalgia playing it again. But that nostalgia quickly went away. So let's go jump into the review. First off, it has a story mode. It does not need a story mode. It does not need a story mode. Because all the story mode is just running races. Quick races that you do in the race now mode or the challenge mode. Or there's like the most minimal amount of story possible. It literally is just about like shenanigans and radiator springs, and you race some guys that are pissing off the sheriff, or like new guys to town, or whatever other background they may come up with. It just is like I just looked at him. I played a few races. I'm like, what's the point of this? Why is there story mode in this game? It could have sold just as well, I think, without a story mode, and would have done just as much to the satisfaction of all the 5-year-olds that played this. But let's get to the good things. The tracks are very fun to race on. They have their own looks and designs to them. A lot of them are based off of. Some of them are based off of tracks that we see in the movies, like places we see in the movies, Radiator Springs, Willie's Butte. But some of them are like cool, like areas that we really don't see in the movie. And so that's pretty cool too. You meet some new characters. You race against some ones we've already seen, and so that makes it fun. The tracks are complex, and they're long tracks, but you only race 3 laps, so it's not that big a deal. But they're a lot of fun. Their own, unique twists and challenges and whatnot. So that was fun. I liked racing on them. This game's obviously set up for you to win because you are very much faster than the opponents. Like, it was crazy how I would like fall off a cliff or spin out or hit a wall and like get stuck there, and then how far behind I would be from everybody else. And in like 2 seconds I was caught up. It was crazy. And I could go through the dirt to cut a corner and I would pass people, even though you really get slowed down when you're in the dirt. And that was a big realization. Who this game was targeted for. Not me. No, it was not. But I mean, it makes it a little more fun to know that, like, because again, the tracks are pretty complex. There's a lot of spots where stuff can jut out at you. They got very tight turns. The brake makes you can spin out pretty easily if you hit the brakes. So you don't really want to use the brake, but you let off the gas and you're almost come to a complete stop, and the cars fly past you, and there's just a lot of stuff that makes it possible to lose the race, but it's really hard to lose a race because of how fast you can and indeed go. So there you go. So each level has a collectible that you can get. I don't know what to get if you collect all of them. I think you get new characters. for most of them, and then maybe you collect all of them. I don't know, but you have to collect them as you go through the race. I saw a bunch of them. I only was able to collect one though. They are so hard to get. I'm thinking, why? Some of them you've got to do the most insane, elusive turns. You got to go in the dirt. You got to go off road where you slow the fuck down. You got to ride off a ramp that's like way off in the top left corner of the screen where you can barely see. It's not anywhere close to the track. Sometimes it's flying in the air in a helicopter. Sometimes you don't even see it at all. Like there's no clue or indication where it is at all. And I'm just thinking, how easy is it to just run these races? But you got these coins that make it 10 times harder. I didn't actively even go for most of them that I couldn't find a way to get. It just was. I just kind of let it be and said, screw you. I don't care. I'm not collecting these stupid coins if you're going to make them nearly impossible to collect. And just said, that is that. And moved on with my life. There's a lot of cool things that you can do while racing. You can flip, you can jump in the air, you can use boosts, and you can do all that stuff, cool turns and drifts and whatnot. But my opinion, for the most part, they're all completely useless and redundant, since you can win the race. Since if you know the track, if you know how to drive the track, and you're actually actively trying to win the race, you can easily win the race via total blowout by just using the simple A accelerate button and just turning normally. And I wish they would. And that's like, if you're gonna have all that stuff, that's cool, and I think it should definitely be there. But you have to make it so that people feel it's necessary to use those, and to implement those as a way to try and get ahead of the fellow racers and competitors and win the race. It would, but you don't need to. Like, they tell you about them at the beginning, and they're there, and you can know that they're there. But I never needed this stuff. Why am I using it? It's just not. It's like, why? Maybe you need them to collect some of the coins. I think one of them you do at the very beginning. You need one to jump to collect a coin. But again, not needed to collect the coin. And at that point you're trying to win the race, and so it's just like, why? The characters creep me out. A lot of them do they pull like a smirky face with that. It's like creepy as hell. Lizzie, for one, she creeped me out a ton. And I'm like, what? Like, the graphics are not great, and that's not really like something that I'm totally shocked about, because you have to expect that it's a licensed Nintendo DS game from 2007. The graphics are probably not going to be that great. But so much that the cars creep me out, and it's not like they're creepy in the movies at all, kind of. But, they're like, why? Thankfully, you only ever see them from a distance for the most part, so it's not that big a deal. But there was a couple of instances I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at here? There's way too many levels. Way too many levels. It just keeps going on and on and on and on and on, with so many of those. You race the same track twice for the most part. You gotta do it again and again and again, and the challenge mode has the same tracks. You gotta do them again and again and again. It just goes on forever and ever and ever. I'm like, why? Oh my god. It just gets so redundant so fast. Like, I get it, right? You can only come up with a few, and you want to keep it pretty simple. But don't make it like 100 races that you have to win. Like, holy moly, it just kept going and going and going. Ugh. It's so boring so fast as well. It just doesn't make any sense to me. The last piece it's kind of a little bit out there, but a lot of the characters that you get like introduced to in the so-called story mode that you have to race in order to move on, some of them look like some of the characters, like nearly some of the characters that we would see in Cars 2. Maybe that their names were changed up or their designs were changed up a little bit. But a lot of them look kind of like cars we've seen Cars 2. So I'm thinking, and that got me thinking, is this game canon to the Cars universe? It would shock me if it was, but that would not fully surprise me, I guess, because it just, I don't know, it's just kind of a coincidence, or they just wanted to use it. There's a 4-year difference between when this game came out and when Cars 2 came out. I'm just wondering, were they? That'd be kind of crazy if it was. Now that's it. That's all my notes that I had for this game. Notice how I didn't mention one character in particular at all during this, except for the title, Mater. Why? Why is Mater? Like, Mater's at the very beginning of the game, and he kind of does like the exposition, setting up stuff, but like you have to wait a long time to unlock him, and there's not really a lot of him after that. You don't even get to start with racing as him. You have to start racing as Lightning McQueen, as it probably should be. It's just like, I don't know. It's a fun title pun, but I don't know. Another thing that just makes it like a cheap licensed game. So, but anyway, my final score for Cars Maternational Championships, I'm probably going to have to give this one a good 5 out of 10. It's a fun, portable racing game from the time. Does it need all this extra stuff? No, it does not. No, it does not. But there you go. So that's gonna do it though for this game review. If you've ever played this game, I want to know your thoughts about it in the comments section down below. And that's going to do for this video. Stay tuned for other much more amazing content, including more game reviews and other awesome stuff. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.